Hey guys, this is E with Scrapbooking with me, and we're going to do a little playing. As you can see, I guess you can see my desk is a mess. But we're going to play with some colors. Let me clean my mat up a little bit here. Oh, I got a lot of ink on it, but it'll wipe right off. Now, we're going to do Melina's challenge, and her challenge was to take index cards and you color them with your inks or sprays, whatever you have. If you've just got ink pads, then just dab them on something plastic or a mat like this and put a little water in them, and that'll be your watercolor right there. If you've got watercolor, use watercolor. Whatever you have. I just happen to have some sprays, so we're going to use those. But doesn't matter. You use what you've got. Now, I'm going to use a little bit of this. This is from Diane Wakely, and it is a gloss spray. So I'm going to put a little of that down. You can see that's very, very vibrant. And then I'm going to put a little bit of this green down there. And when I spray this stuff, I get it all over me. Some people can actually do this kind of craft. This is Rustic Wilderness, and they don't get it anywhere except right on the mat. I get it all over my clothes, my shirt, everything. But that's why we have craft aprons, isn't it? Now, I just take my index card, and I'm using the larger ones. These are 6 by 4, and I think Melina's was the small ones, but I'm going to use the larger one. And I'm just going to put my ink on one side because this side is actually going to be glued down as a pocket. So, just going to put my ink on one side, and I'm just going to dip it in there. I'm trying to make the color teal, as you guys probably know. Just going to tap it a little bit so that that'll run, and look how pretty that is. Alright, I'm going to lay that one. These are dry, so I'm going to lay that one right there. I'm going to take another and tap it in there. And this is how you can do your regular ink pads too. Just put some color down on your mat or a plastic, whatever you have that it'll wipe off of. And then just dip in them. I like the dipping technique. Alright, let's see. I think we have another. This is a piece of one, but I'm going to go ahead and use all of this ink up. I don't want to waste any of it. You can see that it doesn't take but just a little bit to do whatever you've got to do. Look at that. It colors that whole card. Isn't that pretty? So I'm going to lay that right there and let that dry. And then I'm going to clean up a little bit. I'm going to wipe some of this off, and then I'm going to put another color down. And see, it colors my mat a little bit. One thing I don't have, I just have a dry tissue. But another thing is my mat is about probably 15 years old, and I have definitely used and abused it. Now I'm going to put a little bit of our white. This is Picket Fence. Put just a couple of smidgens of that on there. And what else was I going to do? Oh, I was going to dip, wasn't I? Okay, let's water it down. And then, and I have not dried this, but I'm just going to dip it real quick. I don't want a lot of that on there. Just want a little. Just to make it look marbly. Marbly. Is that a word? Marbly? Make it look marbly. See, I like that. Looks like clouds. I don't know. I just like it. I didn't exactly achieve my teal, but I like that color anyway. Now, you can use your heat tool to dry these, or you can just lay them out and let them dry. I'm going to go ahead and sop up all of that just so that I don't waste it. Put it on another index card. Just like sopping gravy. You've had sopping gravy, haven't you? Let's see. Let's grab another one. And we'll just clean all of that up with this one. Okay. We've got some color on that one. And then I'm going to clean my mat up a little bit. I will wipe it with a wet wipe when I finish, but right now we're just going to clean it up a little so that I don't stick my arm in it. And then I'm going to dry these with my Tim Holtz heat tool. We have these in stock. We have some of the sprays in stock, but you know, use what you have. If you just want to let it sit and dry, you can do that too. Sorry about that. I had my lights way too bright. I apologize. I hope you saw everything that I was doing. I had them real bright for the video before because I did the drawing, so I had them real bright for that because you couldn't see my phone otherwise. And I forgot to turn them down. Sorry. Maybe you can have seen everything that I've done. This is nothing new. I know you guys, most of you have done this before too. I like the Tim Holtz heat tool. I've got the other heat tools. I like this one because it's very quiet. You can hardly hear it when you're using it. Alright, they're dry. Now I'll move this piece and see that is already starting to be colored, so I'll color that on up and use it too. I'm going to go ahead and fold this. I think Melina folded them like this. And you know her mom's going to go rogue. I shouldn't name mine Emma Scrapbuster's Mama Went Rogue. Because you know I'll have to go rogue on something. I don't know what, but I will. Okay. Alright. I think she rounded her corners, so we're going to go ahead and do that. Let's see. I'm trying to think. I've got some paper here that I want to use because I had it left over the other day from the journal that I was putting together. I know it's going to be a little narrow, but I think I'm going to use it anyway and just not worry about it. And then I can stitch these up down the side, I believe. Let me just do that. Alright, I think it needs to be about there, maybe. You can see my exact measuring is not exact at all. Yeah, that's going to be good. So I'm going to cut a few of these, and I am cutting these at 3 inches. So cutting them at 3 inches. And this piece is actually 3 inches wide. So it's just what I had, and I didn't want to have to cut up something else. Okay, so I'm going to fold these up. I just didn't want to get into my other dyed papers to make this when it's supposed to be a scrap buster's. I've got plenty of scraps of this, so I'm going to fold that one up. And I don't think that one will be 3, but that'll be 3 inches, and then I don't have to glue the bottom part of it. So see, I just folded it up and made sure it was at 3 inches, and that's good to go. Now this one I will have to cut off because it's not enough to make another folded one at 3, but I can glue those two together. That's not a problem. Save that little piece. So I'm going to cut a few of these up, and then I'll come back and we'll start putting together. Okay, I think I have enough done because I think all she did was put 3 in hers. So we're going to put 3. Now you can use book pages for this. I just happen to have these scraps, so I thought it'd be a good way to use them up. Don't know if I can cut all those at one time with that. Nope. We can cut them all at one time with this. Go ahead and cut another set. Make sure that I'm putting them together right. Okay. Now I am going to ink just the top of these, and that's just the part that's going to show. And keep in mind when you're doing this, none of this has to be perfect. Uh-oh, those I actually cut apart, I think. Or they were already cut apart. That's probably what it was. But don't try to be perfect. It doesn't have to be. It doesn't need to be. It just needs to be. You just need to be happy with it. There we go. Now what we're going to do is take our glue. And we're going to go right down this side. Put a little bit of glue right there. And a little bead right there. Just glue those together. Do that on all 3 of them. Okay, now these are going to sit down in there like that, and I've got one a little bit too tall, so we're going to trim him off. I thought I had cut one a little bit over 3, but I wanted to wait until I started putting them in before I cut it off because I didn't remember which one it was. Okay, and always wait till your glue dries before you use that corner punch. If you don't, you'll get little ragged corners just like I did. Okay. Now let's make sure that it fits down in there, and it does. Okay. And like I said, I'm not going to worry about this being a little bit wider because I'll stitch down the sides and that'll make it fine. But you can make yours wider than this if you want. Put your glue, just put one little bead right down the middle and then put your pieces together. There's one pocket. Just make sure that you're putting them together the right way. Now we've got all 3 stacked one on top of the other. Then you're going to put a little bead of glue down one side of this one and one side of this one. Whew, there I go crooked. It's okay. Still going to work. And then just center it up as best you can and press that down. And I didn't put any ink on the inside here, and I should have. See, I told you, Mom went rogue. You want a little bit of ink on the inside just to cover up that white. You know what? I was saying I'm going to stitch on those corners. I'm not going to stitch on them or this won't work. I don't know what I was thinking about. See? There's our little pocket. Now, I do need to either trim these sides off or put a little bit of ink on them. I think I'm going to trim them down a little bit. On the other ones, I'm going to trim down. Since now I have realized that I don't stitch those up. I don't know what I was thinking. Making a real pocket, I guess. Okay. So I cut about 3/8 of an inch off of each side, and that makes it work. Now I'm just going to go ahead and run a little ink down through there. Make sure you put this ink on there before you put it together. Mom went rogue. I know Melina probably watches my videos and goes, "Oh, Mother, please don't do my challenges, Mother." There we go. Okay. I have to put some more glue on this one because it's not wanting to cooperate with me. Okay, now we're going to need to round these corners again since I trimmed it off. And there you go with your little accordion pocket. So no, don't stitch the sides together. Like I said, I don't know what I was thinking. I wasn't thinking. Now, these are going to go in my journal that I'm working on now. So I'm going to use some of these papers, I think. My thinks. I like, well, if I can pick it up. I like that on it. You know, I'm working on that tea party journal. I love that on it, but I feel like there needs to be something behind it. What do you say? Do you think it needs to be something behind it too? I feel like just putting that down, it wouldn't be exactly right. I don't know. Maybe when I get this torn, I'll look at it and say, nope, it doesn't need anything behind it. Let's try that. Well, truthfully, it covers all of that up, so no, that's not going to work. What if we put that down there and then put a little label up here at the top? And I think that's all that we're going to need. Let's go ahead and ink this up. This I cut out of the ephemera pack, I think, and it was from Kara Brandon Creations, if I'm not mistaken. I've got a couple of different pieces here laying on my desk, and I'm thinking that this is out of that tea party, but I'm not 100%. So Kara, you let them know if it is. Okay, we'll put that there. Put a little label up here at the top. So I'm going to grab one of Katie's labels. Well, I don't want to put a word label because that has those words on there. So let's see if we have anything else that we can put in there that might work. Oh, I think I might put that butterfly on there. I like that. This came from Katie. She cut these out for me and sent them in a little pack. So I'm put him right there. I think my towel's all inked up. There we go. And I'm not sure if I want to put anything else or not. Let's just see what a tiny. Well, I can't get a hold of them. Well, a little piece of that might look okay. Let's cut it off. Not like that. Oh yes. That added just the right touch. So there's one. I think my glue is dry now. Yeah. Little accordion pocket, and I would just glue it here, here, and here. And put it down, and then you'd have another tuck behind. And in this one you can put little things, like little flowers, little doilies, things like that, if you want to. Alright, let's do another, but let's do one of these, and I think I'm going to cut it down. Those are a little over, or those are 3, so I'm going to cut it down just a little bit over 3. I do believe. Let's see. I think I'll cut it at maybe 3 3/8. Whoops. There we go. Now let's see if that will work. Yes. That works great. Now, before we do anything else on this one, let's go ahead and ink this inside. You know, Melina said that on her video, but did her mother listen? Did her mother do it? No. Now, you could go ahead and put your inks on the inside like we did on the outside if you want to. That would be fine. There is no problem with that. This is just going to cover up the part that's showing around your little pages here. So let's go ahead and round this off. This one I did a little bit bolder in the colors. I did green and blue, and then I did some white, and then I did a little bit of brown in there. Vintage photo. So I did this one a little bit bolder, but I still like it. Now, I don't have to put ink on the back. I keep putting ink on the back when I don't need to. Okay, let's see what we want to put on this one. I have this little piece here. I actually have a little envelope, and I think this is one of the pieces that Katie sent me a while ago. And I haven't had a chance to use it. This looks kind of fallish, but I think we're still going to use it on here. and we'll just have another spot to add some goodies. So I'm going to glue this envelope up. You could leave it open and then you could just open it and do some writing on the inside. She has lines on there, but I'm going to close it because I want you to be able to put some little goodies down inside there. And I think I might use the other part of this doily. Let's see what that would look like. Yeah, I don't mind that. I'm having trouble picking up things today. I think my hands are tired. I vacuumed up a lot of sheetrock dust this morning. And my vacuum cleaner makes my hands tired. Yeah, I think that's enough of a contrast that it looks good. I think all of our sheetrock is done now. The painters will be here tomorrow. I had a meeting with the cabinet people today. So they're supposed to be getting me a cabinet quote over. So things seem like they're coming together. Slow but sure. Let's see. Let's put something. Oh yeah, let's put that on there. Another one of Katie's labels. I hope you guys have already gone over and downloaded your freebie from Katie. She will be having more freebies. I think she asked could she send freebies over about every 2 weeks. So, and that would be wonderful because that'll take a little bit of work off of Betty because she has actually started doing lots of other things on her Etsy. So she's a very busy woman right now. So with Katie doing this, then that's going to help Betty out. So there's the outside of that one. Let's go ahead and do our inside pages. And she was afraid that she was going to make Betty mad by doing that. And I said, no, no, no. You do not know the Betty that I know. Betty does not get jealous, mad over things like that. No, she will welcome the help because she works herself to death. Just about 24/7, I think. And not that we demand so much of her, but she has a full-time job, and then she has a full-time Etsy store, and then she works for us too. So she has 3 jobs, plus taking care of her hubby and all of her grandkids. So she has her hands full. So this will definitely take some things off of her, and I know she won't mind at all. So look for those freebies. We'll post them up. There may be weeks that we just post them on our blog and we don't have time to, make mention of them, or we may forget to make mention. So just make sure that you check out the blog pretty often. Now, someone made a comment, and I'll go ahead and mention this on here because, you know me, I always like to be real open with you guys and let you know what's going on. Someone made mention to me that when they went to my blog that all they got is just constant ads popping up and all that kind of stuff. Well, I do have ads that come up on my blog. I have ads set because that helps me pay for that blog because that blog costs me money. It's not free. I want it to be attached to my website so that people don't have to go 2 or 3 different places to get, what they want. But it does cost me money each month, $43 a month. So those ads help me pay for that. Every time you click on an ad or you see an ad pop up, it just helps me pay for that blog, the free content that I give you guys. So that's what that is for. I do apologize if it gets aggravating. You can always click on your computer. I'm crafting and thinking at the same time. Click on your computer and click to not allow pop-ups. I'm going to have to trim this off. I just saw that when I put it in there. Don't allow pop-ups, and then it shouldn't be a problem. the pop-ups won't come up on your computer. I know I have had to do that on some websites, but not, I don't do that on blogs because I know that that's how they pay for theirs too. But yeah, you can always just click on your computer to not allow pop-ups. And that should slow them down anyway. Okay, that one was a little bit too tall and I had to cut him off at the top. There we go. Now my glue's not dry, so I'm not going to pull it all the way, but there's another one. Now Melina did put some little tabs on hers, so let me get my tabs and see what we might have. See if we have some that will work. We don't want green on that green. So that's the reason, and like I said, I like to tell you guys, I like to be transparent with you. I don't like to hide things from you. I'm not trying to do anything that's sneaky. I just have to do things like that, just like we do on our YouTube. You know, the reason you get ads on my YouTube channel is because that helps me pay for some of the items that I get, that I buy, and having my camera and my microphone and all of that. So YouTube pays me a little bit of money each time you click on any of those ads, or even if they just pop up and you just look at it. You know, they pay me a little bit of money. So clicking on the ads does get us a little bit more money. But, and I'm really bad about when I see somebody's channel and I see the ad pop up, I'll go ahead and click on that ad. It doesn't hurt me. It doesn't hurt a thing in the world. And if it helps them out, that's what it's all about, you know. So a lot of people that I watch, like Rachel and Gail and I don't know, Tracy Fox and a bunch of those, I click on their ads all the time just so that, you know, it helps them out a little bit. I know it gives them, you know, you don't make but a few cents. It gives them a few cents. It helps a little bit. And every little bit helps, believe me. Okay, she put some little tabs on hers, so I'm going to put little tabs on them like that. And let's make one more, and I think we might use, let's see. Let's just use this real grungy one. See what we want to do with it. What if we use a little piece of paper to go over part of that? And this is from, I think this is from Kara's too. Kara, is it? Is this part of yours, Kara? You know, sometimes I mix up my collections and I can't remember who sent what. I don't mean to do that. It's just that I take my collections that I have and the ones that go together, that look good together, I use them together. It doesn't matter who the artist is to me. I just like using them together if I can. And a lot of times, a lot of the artists, you know, you can use the same, I mean, use different kits, but you get the same results. Okay, I don't want to cover up that much, so let's cut it down some. I can always print this page again. I kind of like that. Alright, I'm going to put some ink on that, and I just tore it. And I think I want to put a little piece of book page behind, so I'm going to tear, well, let's see if this one will work. Probably not. It might. Yeah, I like that. It's like a double layer, and it's just got a little bit of that book page peeking out. I like that look. Okay. I'm going to guess at where I'm going to put it, and if I put it too far over that way, no, I think that's good. Let's put it a little bit further over this way. If I put it too far over this way, I can always trim that side off. I just don't want to cover up all of my goodness here. And you could leave this. I know I'm covering up a lot. Matter of fact, I might. Let's see. Let's do this. Let's make another tear. Let's tear those little flowers out. And then we'll just have that. And we'll still have our piece showing here and up here. That works. You know, it'd be real nice if I remembered to hit record. I wonder if I did. I think I did. Yeah, let's do it that way. Then we've got the flowers, we've got the book page, and then you can still see where we sprayed that. So let's go ahead and round the corners. Okay, we have 3 more of these, but I'm going to cut these off a little bit before we put them in there. You know, I just guessed at the measurements, so this is nothing exact. Melina gives exact measurements. I just go with the flow. There we go. That'll work. Okay, now I left this one pretty wide. I didn't trim it down. So let me see if I trim it down to this size. That's going to work. Yeah, we'll trim it down a little bit on this side. We'll still have that painted part showing, but it'll just be a little bit narrower. That'll work. Okay, there we go. Okay, now let's round these. Go ahead and put a little ink on the top of them. And let's don't forget to ink the inside of this. And we'll glue these together. These are actually some that Triple V Vintage sent me back in March when we had our flood in our house. And you can see some of the design is still there, but a lot of it washed away. But I just laid them out and let them dry, and I'm using them. I was not going to throw those away. No way. I know she worked too hard making them. Okay. Now to glue these together. Well, I did that one upside down and now I can't get it glued together right. See there? Change up your situation. I'm going to cut that out, Edith. Okay, let's put a little glue on this one. Right down through there. And you can make these wider. You know, we've made some real wide that had a lot of pockets in it. But when you're putting it in a journal, it doesn't need to get too much bulk in it. Don't put it all the way down to the score line. Bring it up just a little bit. All right, there we go with that. Cute. And now I'm going to put a little label right here. And just saying that these labels may be what is free this week after next. So make sure that you watch for the freebies to go up. She's got lots of fantastic labels. I hope I just got one. Looks like I have 2. I had 2. Okay. Positive. Cute. I love that. Okay. So we've made 3. I think you guys know how to make them by now. And then I have these pieces that I've got left over that I can put in these other 3 here. So I can finish making those. Got lots of doilies. I didn't even get into our little, and I cannot for the life of me, medallion? Is that what that is? Anyway, didn't even get into those, and I was planning on using some of those. But, you know, you can't use everything on little spaces like this. But that is it, guys. I hope you enjoyed. I will leave Melina's video below, her link. You go over and check hers out. Very, very good explanation. Plus, she puts lots of measurements on hers where her mother does not. Her mother just kind of cuts and goes. But go over and check her video out. I'm sure you will enjoy it. And make sure that you subscribe to her channel. That would make me happy if you subscribe to her channel. and subscribe to our channel, because we have a $300 and maybe another $300. It might be $600 giveaway coming up as soon as we reach our goal. And our goal is 100,000 subscribers. Well, you know, some people say you're a long way from that. Well, I'm a ways away from it. I'm 5,000, 84,000. But, you know, hopefully if you guys will subscribe, it won't take long to get there. And then we can give you lots and lots of free money that you can use. All right, we will talk to you guys later. Thanks so much for watching. Don't forget to give us a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button. And we will talk to you guys later. Bye-bye.